120.45 for Cessna November Tango 5. Approach Cessna Bravo Romeo Echo November Tango 5, 9,800 feet.
And there's the runway. We are just way above. So I'm going to do some maneuvers here to get down fast.
Planning an IFR flight from Gulfport, Mississippi to Lafayette, Louisiana. Gather the necessary information for the flight. Departure Airport: Gulfport Biloxi International Airport, KGPT. Destination Airport: Lafayette Regional Airport, KLFT. Distance between airports: approximately 160 nautical miles. Aircraft type and performance data, such as cruising speed, fuel capacity, etc. Current weather information for both airports and along the route of flight.
Okay, a little more on the weather. This is the METAR report, the Meteorological Terminal Air Report. This is the raw data. It's not, you can get decoded, which will explain what everything means. But as a pilot, you learn this from the beginning. And the top line, you see the weather in Gulfport, KGPT. It is 09, that was the 9th of the month, at 0153 Zulu. Next we have 150 at 05 knots. So the wind is from the heading of 150, so from the southeast at 5 knots. Not a very strong wind, but you could plug it into the crosswind component and find out the performance of how it affects the travel down the runway. Next is 7 SM, that's 7 statute miles of visibility. Normally you want to see 10 statute miles because that means that it's pretty much unlimited visibility, because that's how far you can see the horizon at 10 miles. The HZ means haze. You get to learn all these little codes as you study these things. The next one is broken clouds. You can either have few, scattered, broken, or overcast. Broken indicates cloud coverage greater than 4/8 and less than 8/8. So we look at clouds in an eighth coverage. Overcast is 8/8 cloud coverage, which is a totally obscured sky cover. 4/8 is half, obviously. Well, broken and overcast constitute a ceiling. So that would mean that the field is in IFR conditions, and VFR flights can't take off. They need fewer scattered. That's why it's great to have an instrument rating. You can take off in any weather. Get above the clouds and clear flying from there. Now the 23/22, that's temperature and dew point. The temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. The dew point is 22. The numbers are very close, so that means the closer the numbers are, the more clouds you'll see. And the altimeter is 3007, 30.07 on the altimeter, which is the barometric pressure reading. And then you have a remarks section. AO2 means that the site's automated and has a precipitation sensor. So you're getting good precipitation data with that AO2 there. Standard sea level pressure is 182. And the last part, the T02330217, just means precise temperature within 0.1 degrees Celsius. Temperature was 23.3 degrees Celsius. And the dew point was 21.7 degrees Celsius. And as we can see, now that we know, in Lafayette, on the 9th at 153 Zulu, the wind was from 190 at 6 knots, 10 statute miles visibility, the sky is clear, temperature 23, dew point 20, altimeter is 30.05, and the remarks are all standard. So it looks good. Well, it looks good at Lafayette, but taking off at Gulfport is going to be IFR, instrument rating required. So here we go.
Consult aeronautical charts and navigation aids to identify the most direct route of flight. Consider any airspace restrictions or clearances that may require deviations from the direct route. Plan for alternate airports and routes in case of emergency or unexpected circumstances. Confirm availability and suitability of navigation aids and approach procedures at the destination airport. Consider prevailing winds and weather conditions to optimize fuel consumption and flight time. Create a flight plan. Input the route of flight into a flight planning software, such as ForeFlight or Garmin Pilot. Enter the aircraft performance data, including cruising speed and fuel consumption. Input current weather information, NOTAMs, and any other relevant information. Obtain an IFR clearance from ATC, Air Traffic Control, before departure. Ensure the flight plan is in compliance with all applicable regulations and procedures. Prepare for the flight. Conduct a thorough pre-flight inspection of the aircraft and all necessary equipment. Review the flight plan, including all navigational aids and approach procedures. Ensure all required documents are on board, including the pilot's license, medical certificate, aircraft registration, and other necessary paperwork. Brief all passengers on safety procedures and expectations for the flight.
Cessna November Tango 5 contact Gulfport departure on 124.6. Good day.
Fly the route.
124.6 Cessna November Tango 5. Gulfport departure Cessna Bravo Romeo Echo November Tango 5 is at 900 feet, climbing 4,000 feet.
Cessna Bravo Romeo Echo November Tango 5 Gulfport departure altimeter 29.902. Continue to slid as planned.
Follow the planned route of flight and communicate regularly with ATC. Monitor weather conditions and adjust the flight plan as necessary. Maintain situational awareness and follow all required procedures and regulations. Be prepared to deviate from the planned route or make alternate plans in case of emergency or unexpected circumstances.
Okay, here's where I get way off track because I slewed the aircraft in the effort of saving time, but it got way off the course line. So now I have to put in an intercept angle and get the autopilot to get back into the nav mode. As you see, it's in heading mode with nav underneath it with the words ARM next to it. So we're in heading mode and I'm using the heading bug to increase my intercept angle to get quicker to that magenta line so that the autopilot will take over and actually arm the nav where it takes over and flies with the autopilot on that magenta line. And you'll see the switch right here. There it is. Now the autopilot is in control. And once it hits that magenta line, it turns on the course. Takes over from there.
5 contact Lafayette approach on 121.1. Good day.
Going to 121.1 Cessna, November Tango 5. Lafayette approach Cessna Bravo Romeo Echo November Tango 5, 3,200 feet.
Cessna Bravo Romeo Echo November Tango 5 Lafayette approach altimeter 29.902. Continue to LAFFS as planned. Cessna November Tango 5, please expedite your climb 3,200 feet. Cessna November Tango 5, please expedite your climb 3,200 feet.
Prepare for arrival at the destination airport by reviewing approach procedures and contacting ATC as required. Land at the destination airport. Follow all necessary approach procedures and communicate with ATC as required.
Cessna November Tango 5, please expedite your climb 3,200 feet.
Land the aircraft safely and securely. Taxi to the designated parking area and shut down the engine. Complete any necessary post-flight paperwork and debrief with any necessary personnel or passengers. That's a basic overview of the steps involved in planning and flying an IFR flight from Gulfport, Mississippi to Lafayette, Louisiana. Of course, there are many specific details and procedures that will vary depending on the aircraft, crew, and other factors, so it's important to consult all necessary resources and follow all applicable regulations and guidelines.
Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 35 approach. The Lima Foxtrot Tango transition. Clear to Lima Foxtrot Tango Air 1 Charlie Golf. Lafayette departure UPS 705.